Hi everybody, this is Miss Liz from the Hightstown Library, here to share with you one of my favorite stories, especially during this time of year, The Mitten by Jan Brett. The Mitten, a Ukrainian folktale adapted and illustrated by Jan Brett. Of course, here we hear a little bit about the adaptation process and her illustration process. All right, and here we've got our story. Once there was a boy named Nicky who wanted his new mittens made from wool as white as snow. At first, his grandmother, Baba, did not want to knit white mittens. "If you drop one in the snow," she warned, "you'll never find it." But Nicky wanted snow white mittens, and finally, Baba made them. He's got a nice grandmother there. After she finished, she said, "When you come home, first I will look to see if you are safe and sound. But then I will look to see if you still have your snow white mittens." So off Nicky went, and it wasn't long until one of his new mittens dropped in the snow and was left behind. There's the mitten, snow. It's the exact same color, it matches. A mole, tired from tunneling along, discovered the mitten and burrowed inside. It was cozy and warm and just the right size, so he decided to stay. A snowshoe rabbit came hopping by. He stopped for a moment to admire his winter coat. It was then that he saw the mitten, and he wiggled in, feet first. The mole didn't think there was room for both of them, but when he saw the rabbit's big kickers, his big feet, he moved over. Next, a hedgehog came snuffling along. Having spent the day looking under wet leaves for things to eat, he decided to move into the mitten and warm himself. The mole and the rabbit were bumped and jostled, but not being ones to argue with someone covered with prickles, they made room. I don't think I'd argue with somebody covered in prickles either. Who do we have next? As soon as the hedgehog disappeared, a big owl, attracted by the commotion, swooped down. When he decided to move in also, the mole, the rabbit, and the hedgehog grumbled. Arr. But when they saw the owl's glinty talons, sharp nails on his feet, they quickly let him in. Up through the snow appeared a badger. He eyed the mitten and began to climb in. The mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, and the owl were not pleased. There was no room left, but when they saw his big diggers, his big claws, they gave him the thumb. I don't know how well you can see on your screens, but here we see the hedgehog's prickles sticking out through the mitten. It's pretty silly. Oh my gosh, now we're getting an even bigger animal. What's this one? A fox. It started snowing, but the animals were snug in the mitten. A waft of warm steam rose in the air, and a fox trotting by stopped to investigate. Just the sight of the cozy mitten made him feel drowsy, sleepy. The fox poked his muzzle, his nose, in. When the mole, we can't even see the mole anymore. The rabbit, we also can't see the rabbit. The hedgehog, we can only see the prickles of the hedgehog. The owl, a little bit of the owl here. And the badger, see the badger, saw the fox's shiny teeth. They gave the fox lots of room. I would too. Oh, an even bigger animal now. A great bear lumbered by. He spied the mitten all plumped up. Not being one to be left out in the cold, he began to nose his way in. The animals were packed in as tightly as could be. But what animal would argue with a bear? The mitten swelled and stretched. It was pulled and bulged to many times its size. But Baba's good knitting held fast. Oh boy. Along came a meadow mouse, no bigger than an acorn. She wriggled into the one space left and made herself comfortable on top of the great bear's nose. Uh-oh, what's going to happen next? And then here over on the side, we see Nicky realizing he only has one mitten. Will Nicky find his other mitten? Will all the animals stay snug in the mitten? Let's see. Whoa, the bear, tickled by the mouse's whiskers, gave an enormous sneeze. Ka-choo! The force of the sneeze shot the mitten up into the sky and scattered the animals in all directions. Well, that takes care of that. No more animals in the mitten, huh? Oh, here's Nicky. On his way home, Nicky saw a white shape in the distance. It was a lost mitten silhouetted against the blue sky. And here on the sides, we can see all the animals landed in the snow. Poor things, they have to find somewhere new to keep warm. As he ran to catch his snow white mitten, he saw Baba's face in the window. First, she looked to see if he was safe and sound. Then she saw that he still had his new mittens. Because he's got the one that he never lost, and the other one. And now the animals are off finding other places to snuggle in. I bet they did like that mitten though. That'd be nice and snuggly. And here's Nicky and his grandma inside. And the grandma looks very puzzled, very confused. She has one mitten the regular size and one very big stretched out mitten. Wonder how it got that way.